the economy, the country's gross domestic product shrunk by 7%.
The pandemic has caused a big economic hit worldwide.
New study shows millennials are being hit extra hard when it comes to credit.
40% of restaurants nationwide expect to close in the next 6 months.
Thou shalt not fall into debt.
The amount of money that will come to you will always be concomitant to the problems that you're solving.
Possessor in the legal terms is the highest level of expression of ownership. So Abraham suddenly becomes possessor of heaven and earth.
Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Titch. So excited to have you join me in studio today as we continue talking about the power of habits. The power of habits. Are your habits destroying you? Are your habits causing you pain, grief, bad relationships, failed careers, failed business? Are they affecting the bottom line, your financial increase? Well, that's what we've been talking about. We've been exploring this subject of the power of your habits. Your habits are either making you, breaking you, building you, destroying you, increasing your income, reducing it, causing bad marriage, bad relationships, or good ones. So let's continue exploring this. And I've been talking about my book, powerful book that I want to encourage you to put your hands on. Place your order, get in touch with us. This book will change your life. Living Beyond Extraordinary. In it, I have another chapter that is entitled 10 Keys to Living Beyond Extraordinary. Well, we have part 1 and part 2 of this. The first key, and I'm not going to focus on this, I'm going to highlight it when we get to the point here, but it's basically extraordinary people have an extraordinary language. What kind of language do you speak? Do you speak the language of success? Do you speak the language of failure? Do you have a self-limiting language? I can't do this, I can't go there, I can't achieve this, I'm useless, I'm hopeless, I'm a failure, my marriage is not working, my relationships are bad? Or do you need to change your language? You know, one of the principles that I teach, which is a mystery in Scripture, is the mystery of the I am principle. Whatever you place after the phrase I am becomes the reality that your mind will begin to pursue to establish as your reality. In other words, if I say I am broke, I am poor, I am sick, I am divorced, I am a failure, whatever I place after the I am phrase becomes the thing that my mind gets programmed to pursue. If I repeatedly say, I am broke, I am broke, I am broke, my brain says, okay, let's ensure that what he is saying becomes a reality. So you got to move speaking positively, speaking in line with Scripture into the realm of habit. You have to habitually speak life into your system. And your brain will say, I am rich, I am rich. Okay, he has given us an instruction. Let's work towards making ourselves rich. So what must I do to move into this realm of success? Habits for successful living. Habits for successful living. I want to give you 10 things that I call the comparison of the rich or the poor, the successful or the failure, or what I call the profile of a successful person. There are 10 things that we want to run a quick comparison for you so that we help you. Number 1, successful people see what others don't see. They have an extra perception ability that is beyond ordinary. So if you're going to move into the realm of living beyond extraordinary, you're going to have to train yourself to see. Develop the habit of seeing. There are some people, every one of us has the habit of seeing, but the question really is, what seest thou? That's the question that the prophets were asked in the Bible. What do you see? What do you see? So I want to ask you today, what do you see? Do you see a divorce? Do you see poverty? Do you see yourself evicted? Do you see yourself failing in that financial arena? Do you see yourself getting fired and losing the job? Well, guess what? You're going to receive your miracle. It's coming. You need to change your perception. Successful people see what others don't see. What do you see? Develop the habit of seeing correctly, seeing in line with what God is doing in your life. Number 2, successful people speak what others don't speak. That's what we're talking about. They have a language that is different. So they speak differently. Develop the habit of speaking right, speaking life, speaking positively into your finances, your relationships, your marriage, your career goals, your personal health goals. Instead of defeating yourself with what you're saying, begin to speak right. Number 3, successful people hear what others don't hear. They have a perception that is different. So perception, we see it on point number 1 and point number 2. And vocabulary is on point number 2, and number 3 and number 1 are the ones that are talking about your perceptive capabilities. Develop perceptive capabilities that are exceptional, that are beyond extraordinary, and you will break out of limitation in your life. So they hear what others don't hear. Many people have trained themselves to hear negatively. When you hear somebody say, "Oh, I really appreciate you," there are people that don't hear that they've done a good thing. They hear something negative. This person is really trying to console me, because they've trained their ear to hear something that is not being said. Train yourself to hear correctly, to hear right, and your ears will begin to pick up the right thoughts, process it in your neural pathways, so that the end result or the data analytics in your mind is not giving you a negative result. Number 4, successful people do what others don't do. This is now speaking specifically of the habits. They do what others don't do. They read while others are just binging on movies. They go to a seminar while others are just hanging around and going through social media. They hang around with the right people, the right relationships, key people, strategic relationships, mastermind relationships, and develop themselves, while their counterparts are just, hanging around and wasting time on relationships that are not advancing their destiny. What are you doing? What habits are you incorporating into your destiny? Number 5, successful people understand what others don't understand. They have revelation, the ability to understand what others don't understand. Now you'll notice that each one of these different categories that we're bringing up requires that you pause long enough, audit yourself, check yourself, and see whether you are thinking wrong, seeing wrong, hearing wrong, speaking wrong, and not understanding. If you don't understand the process of moving yourself from one end of the spectrum to the other, you will never become successful. The one thing that I keep seeing consistently is that the lifestyle of successful people is different. If you begin to incorporate these habits into your daily lifestyle, you can change your life. You can change your marriage, your relationships. You can change your health. You can change your destiny, your career, your business, your income. So I believe you're listening to Dr. Titch because you want your life to change. Incorporate all of this into your life and you will reposition yourself. Thank you for joining me and watching these broadcasts that we're doing, watching this content that we're putting up. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, stay connected, be my friend. Let's go this journey together. We always bring you content that will change your life. And then we are on number 6 now. Let's go on number 6. Successful people pursue what others don't pursue. They have a motivation level that is different. They don't need motivational speakers. Now, one interesting thing that happens, I'm often invited to different platforms to speak at business meetings and be a keynote speaker. And often people would then introduce me and say, we have a motivational speaker, Dr. Titch, who's going to come and motivate us. And when I get up, I often have to correct that. I am not a motivational speaker. If you want a motivational speaker, there are many of those. But the problem with motivational speaking is it's like an energy drink. It's like taking one of these energy drinks that gives you this spike in your energy levels were here, then boom, you're all energized. But the problem with energy drinks is they will drop you like it's hot, Suddenly you've gone back, so now you need another energy drink, and then you need another energy drink, and then you need another energy drink. So you're going on this constant up and down until your system becomes immune to energy drinks. Now you need something stronger. You go into the stronger and you go through the same cycle, and that's not working. Then you go into mind-altering substances and narcotics or drugs, and that gives you a high, and then it drops you. So you go through the same cycle, and now so you need stronger doses. So you go on this cycle. But I want to encourage you, don't allow yourself to go into that road. The greatest motivation should not come from a motivational speaker. So what I'm actually doing when I speak to you like this is not motivational speaking. I'm giving you tools. I'm giving you stuff, not stuff that gives you a high. Some of what I actually give you may cause you to go on a low because you have to work on it. You feel bad about the journey and you're feeling, I'm trying to work on this habit. But once you establish the habit, it begins to move you to the place of success. I'm a highly motivated person, and I've been that way for over 30-something years. I've never needed somebody to come and give me pep talks. It's going to be okay. Motivate me. I'm highly motivated. I wake up early in the morning and my batteries are going. I work hard. I work long. I work strong, and I need to find ways to calm myself down because my energy levels, without a Red Bull, without an energy drink, without all that stuff, I'm highly energized. But that's because it stays here, successful people pursue what others don't pursue. If you're not pursuing a clear, compelling vision, you're not going to be able to run. The Bible gives us the best energy drink. It's called vision. Vision. You want to be motivated, you want to have energy, take a drink called vision. It's given to us in Habakkuk chapter 2. He says, I will set me upon the watch, and I will listen to hear what he will say unto me, and what I will answer when I am reproved. Write the vision down, make it plain on tablets of stone, so that he that reads it will run. So the reading will cause one to run. The reading motivates you to run. It gives you an energy. The passion, the energy with which you run is dependent on the clarity with which you see the vision. Many people cannot see a clear, compelling vision. That is why they're demotivated. That's why you can wake up at any time and go through the day and it's like, okay, whatever happens, happens. No, that's not how you should be living your life. You should be living a life driven by a God-given vision. I will set me upon the watch. I will listen to hear what he will say to me and what I will answer when I am reproved. Write the vision down. Make it plain. That's the Red Bull. That's the energy drink for kingdom champions. Number 7. Successful people have a motivation level that is greater than others. So these two are very closely related. What you pursue and what motivates you. They have a motivation level that is greater than ordinary people. They have an energy, an effervescence, an enthusiasm, and entheos. Enthusiasm is a word that means, it's a compound word, Latin words, entheos, and being full of, theos, God. So an enthusiastic person is a person that is full of God. And I know we have connected the word enthusiastic with somebody who's just hyper and we say, oh, that guy's so enthusiastic. No, that's not really enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is when you're so full of God that it gives you energy, it gives you momentum, it gives you motion, it moves you towards a set goal and vision. So there must be a motivation level. All successful people are highly motivated. They don't need somebody to give them a pep talk to wake up in the morning and, go to work and, do something. They don't need somebody trying to really motivate them. I don't know if you know the story of the mother who got up and realized that her son had not gotten up to go to church. So she went to his bedroom, knocked on the door and said, son, get up. It's time to go to church. And he says, okay, mom, I'll get up and go to church. 30 minutes later, she got up and she went and checked again. He still hadn't gotten up. And she says, son, it's time for you to get up and go to church. He says, okay, mom, I'll go to church. Third time, 30 minutes later, she comes back. Son, you got to get up and go to church. And she said, the son said to the mom, I'll give you 3 reasons why I don't want to go to church. And says, okay, what are your reasons? He says, 1, I'm tired. 2, I'm discouraged and demotivated. And 3, those people at church don't like me. And then the mom says, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you must go to church. And she says, number 1, God expects you to be in church. Number 2, if you don't go to church, your spiritual life is going to go down. And number 3, you are the pastor of the church. It's like, whoa, the pastor had become demotivated. And it does happen sometimes. Church can be tough and whatever, and pastors feel like, I don't want to go and preach. I don't want to go there and do anything. I let them pray by themselves today. So sometimes you need God to just come in and add some entheos, some enthusiasm, some energy, some fire, some passion. So yeah, be enthusiastic, be motivated, pursue what others are not pursuing. And then number 8, they have habits that others don't have. Successful people have a collection of habits that are extraordinary. In fact, what we have done, we have a group that we call Millionaires Connect, where we are coaching and developing people to walk in their millionaire status. And I would encourage you, get in touch with us and find out more about Millionaires Connect and about the journey to walking towards your millionaire status. We have proven principles that will change your life. But one of the things that we then did was we assigned the people on the coaching program to go and study what I call kingdom millionaires, because sometimes we are so enamored by, in awe at, or struck at millionaires and billionaires that are using demonic principles and so on to get their billions. There's great wisdom and principles that we can learn from them, but we also need to study proper kingdom millionaires that are not sacrificing to some idol under a bush somewhere in a river at 4 o'clock at night, but study kingdom millionaires that are praying. So we did that. And we are writing a powerful book. We'll start marketing it in the next couple of days, and you'll see the marketing going up. And I want you to place your order. It is a brilliant book. We have studied some millionaires, habits of millionaires, and we've put together a book that will help you understand how millionaires think, operate, behave, and what has made them millionaires. But the point that I'm bringing across is they have certain habits they have established. The power of habits, that's a topic we're building on. They have certain habits that they've established in their culture, in their system, that are extraordinary. So therefore, their lifestyle is different from unsuccessful people. Number 9, as we draw to a close, number 9, successful people have knowledge that others do not have. They have acquired information in a particular area, and they have structured that knowledge to work for them. What knowledge do you need to have? You need to develop the habit of mining for knowledge, researching and getting knowledge on certain areas of business. We call it doing your due diligence, knowing how something operates, knowing how much that thing is going to make for you, knowing the size of the market share and its addition to national and global GDP. You need to get your information. Successful people have knowledge that average people or people that are not successful do not have. And then the last one, successful people feel what others don't feel. You become intuitive in the area where you apply your mind to, where you apply your spirit, your creativity, where you apply yourself into. You become intuitive, you become creative, you become innovative, you begin to stir up and almost like a sixth sense, a seventh sense, an eighth sense that is able to pick up information about where is this thing going, where the market's going with this. You become intuitive in that area. So you begin to feel what others don't feel. And I'm not just talking about natural feelings. I'm talking about a spiritual sensing. You feel in your spirit, you sense in your spirit where things are going. The Bible tells us, warns us against natural feelings, that he that considers the wind, the weather, the cycles of the natural weather patterns will not sow. So we're not looking at natural patterns. We're looking at something that is spiritual, something that is factual, something that is in line with the area of business you want to go into. So successful people feel what others don't feel. They have an inspirational level in that area that they are in. That is outstanding. Follow these 10 principles that we have given you today, and you will move yourself to becoming an extraordinary achiever, one whose lifestyle, one whose habits are moving you closer and closer to the realization of your destiny, your assignment, and your mandate. Thank you so much for joining me. I always enjoy these sessions together. Let me know where you're watching from. Give us some feedback. Ask us questions. Highlight areas you'd like us to explain further or to have further conversations. We allow you to contribute to what we share on these broadcasts. So please let me know what conversations you want us to have as we help you develop the power habits that are going to help you move into living a powerful life. Thank you so much for joining me. Dr. Titch here, your coach, your friend. God bless you.
The economy, the country's gross domestic product shrunk by 7%.
Pandemic has caused a big economic hit worldwide.
New study shows millennials are being hit extra hard when it comes to credit.
40% of restaurants nationwide expect to close in the next 6 months.
Thou shalt not fall into debt.
The amount of money that will come to you will always be concomitant to the problems that you're solving.
Possessor in the legal terms is the highest level of expression of ownership. So Abraham suddenly becomes possessor of heaven and earth.